Good afternoon, everybody. Keith with Profit Lifter here, and today we are going to be talking about AI agent strategies. And I know we've been hitting this for the past several weeks, and it's going to keep going for a long time. Why? Because the AI revolution is here. It is happening. It is going on. And if you are not engaged and you are not watching what's happening, you're going to miss out on all the cool stuff while your competitors are out there chasing leads, closing deals with AI, and not hardly working. So I'm going to show you our strategy of what we're doing to help clients build out their AI. I'm going to show you like the different bots. I'm going to dive into some of the deeper sides of the actual programming of the AI today. And we're going to talk about like the different knowledge bases, like all the things that we've been building over the past couple of weeks. We're going to tie them in together as kind of an overview so that you can have a good starting point for knowing and having a strategy for deploying your own AI agents inside of your Profit Lifter account. Because if you're not using AI, you're just spending a lot of extra time that you shouldn't be. So let's dive in here and get started. And we are going to rock and roll. Give me just a second. I need to make a couple quick adjustments here. Make sure that you guys can see everything. Okay, here we go. All right, so today we're going to be talking about building, training, and deploying your AI bots, and we're going to dive into we're really going to dive into some of the minutia of like what this is like, because a lot of times I find that we all have assumptions of what AI can do, how it's going to work, and what it means. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're getting into the bottom of it and really giving you the right information. So as you're getting out here, you're starting to put together some of your AI agents, programming your bots. This is going to help you dive into the process, everything that you need right there to be able to work, for it to work. So first off, what is an AI agent? So this is good to understand. Understanding the technology and capabilities behind modern AI bots. An agent is, excuse me, I want you to think of an agent like an employee. Basically, when you program an AI agent, it's not just like this general thing where you're like, oh, I have AI now. All of a sudden, you have this one AI out there that's just ruling everything and running everything, and it turns into the new you. That's not necessarily the case. That's not what you necessarily should be looking for. And that's not how AI agents work. I want you more like an employee, though. When you hire an employee, you hire that employee, train that employee on certain parts of your business, and you narrow them down based off of what they're doing inside of that business. And so the training, the scripts, all the things that you're telling them, your SOPs, are all designed towards this one specific area. And that's what your AI agent is you program an agent for one specific area of your business and use it for that area. Why do you want to do that? We'll get into that. But really what it has to do with is keeping the bot on track, making sure that it's not crossing over, making sure that like if you have a customer support bot, that it's not giving customer support tips and processes for sales, and vice versa, that it's not giving sales leads, customer support access, things like that. So, but with your AI agents, you should be filling every key role in your business needs. And to do this, you need to identify which AI assistants are going to have the biggest impact on your operations, because getting in and trying to program everything right from the top to bottom instantly and building out all of this is just cumbersome. Like I can tell you, some of the clients that we've worked with, we've spent 40, 50, 60 hours in development time, like building out the knowledge bases, building out all the workflows, everything that needs to be done, because let's just build it all, because I needed to like AI is newer. We need to figure out like how exactly is this going to flow? How's it going to work? But what you'll find is that when you start segmenting and you start breaking out your AI agents and you work with them, you treat them like an individual employee. From there, you can start segmenting like what's the most important aspects inside of your business. Meaning that like if you need an AI assistant to go through, answer phone calls for you, and respond to text messages, schedule appointments, all of that, that should be your number one goal. That should be your objective, is to get that one bot in, get it live, reduce the amount of time that you're having to spend in your day-to-day, and then you can start focusing on some of the other areas. The other thing we're going to cover is how to properly train your bot. best practices for creating effective, reliable virtual assistants. I'm going to show you the secret to scaling with automation, strategic implementation approaches for maximum ROI, and I'm going to show you how Profit Lifter can actually help you through this process with our comprehensive services to build, train, and deploy your AI agent ecosystem. And if you are hanging out with me, I actually have some free giveaways to help you in this. But we're going to get into that a little more. So why do you need AI agents? One, 24/7 coverage. Never miss another lead, customer inquiry, even out. Your AI should be there all the time, constantly engaging, constantly interacting with your leads, with your customers, everything. Like there's no reason that your phone should go unattended. There's no reason that messages shouldn't get responded to. And from there, you get instant responses. Immediate engagement increases conversion rates up to 78%. That's dynamic. When you can increase your engagement rate over 78%, why would you not do this? This is like you are missing so much money if you're not instantly engaging. Having the AI there for that instant response is going to dramatically change how much people are engaging with you. Because we've all done it. If you go to, like, let's say you're looking at something on Instagram, you're interested, you message the company, and you don't hear back from them until the next day. You're going to kind of forget about it. Your interest is gone. Like you may not even remember like exactly what it is that you messaged about. And it's the same thing with your leads. Just because you have the coolest product out there doesn't mean that they remember it by the time you get back to them. But if your AI is there and responding within 10, 15, 20 seconds of them engaging with you, like you are already top of mind, they've already taken buying action, and now you're instantly engaging with them. So that conversation is going to be very relevant to them at that time, and it's going to massively increase the conversion rate. Next is going to be strategic automations. Automate the boring, stay human on the important stuff. Meaning that instead of you having to go through and respond to text messages, schedule appointments, talk to people about like what time do you have available? What time do you have available? No, that doesn't. Let your AI do all that crap. Your job is to focus on anything that makes you profitable. The more you can profit, the more you can put strategic automations in place to automate the repetition and let you focus, the more successful you're going to be in closing clients and making sales and running your business. And resource optimization. Cut staff time on repetitive tasks, accelerate your growth. It's a fraction, like a small fraction of a cost of deploying your AI agents opposed to hiring someone. The other side is your AI agent is never sick, never takes a day off. It's always there. It's always available, and it's always going to be by your side. It's always going to be there working for you. It's going to massive amount of time in everything that you're doing. So make sure you're using it. All right. So the first section, let's talk about building your agent team. I think this is important. Start with your primary agent. This should be your number one goal. If you have not started this yet, your primary agent is your number one goal. And I always start with a receptionist. The reason that you want to start with the receptionist is this. Your digital receptionist is kind of your front door manager. It's the person sitting at the front desk for your business. It's handling all your initial contact across all your channels, ensuring that nothing falls through the cracks, meaning that your AI receptionist will be there to answer text messages, phone calls, text messages, Facebook and Instagram messages, WhatsApp, Google My Business messages, all these different channels that are coming into your Profit Lifter account. Your AI receptionist should be answering, responding, and figuring out what to do with that person right out of the gate. So if you're just getting started, your AI receptionist is by far the single most important one that you need to program. And the reason is because this is going to hold your primary knowledge base. This is going to be kind of the manager over everything else. So it's your foundation. It's going to be a consistent customer experience, and it's going to, by AI receptionist there, I'm going to show you how you can build other bots to transfer the conversation so it's segmented and you see that your AI agents are actually communicating the way that they're supposed to, and moving forward with this, moving forward and doing what you want them to do with this. But the most important one, your single most important starting point is with your receptionist. Again, you want it to handle your inbound calls, your text messages, Facebook and Instagram Messenger, WhatsApp, Google My Business, all these places. Because imagine this, like I know a lot of times, like me personally, I'll admit to this, I have a hard time getting out and engaging in social media and like doing these big marketing events because I'm like, what if it just blows up? Like I know how to do marketing, I know how to run ads, I know how to do all this stuff, but what happens if it gets overwhelming, if people aren't like too many people come in? I don't have that reluctancy anymore because we've got an AI agent there who's handling it, who's helping us vet leads, who's moving people through this process with us. So it eliminates the need and the stress of me having to constantly be there. Once you have your primary receptionist there, and you've got your primary AI agent there to kind of be the front man, to be the front person, and to answer those incoming questions. From here, we want to start adding role-based agents. This is going to be specialized bots for maximum effectiveness. Each bot is going to have a single focused on jobs. It's going to perform better than one trying to attempt to do everything. And this is what we were talking about before. If you try to program an AI bot to do everything, like let's say you want your receptionist to handle sales, support, appointment booking, onboarding, reviews, all of this stuff, what's going to happen is that it's going to get confused in the conversation. Meaning that, like, if it's talking to a sales bot, it's like, and you're like, "Hey, I need help with whatever your product is." The support, it's not uncommon for the support bot to say, "I need help," and then move that person into a support workflow instead of a sales workflow. By segmenting your bots and separating them like this, what you're doing is you're basically creating walls in between each bot, so that when somebody lands inside that sales bot, it is just bouncing around inside of that sales bot area and just communicating with it in a sales environment. So here's what this is going to kind of look like. Sales bot's going to deliver product information, like frequently asked questions, it's going to handle common objections. It's going to help you overcome objections and guide customers through the checkout process. Now, if you want to get real aggressive and you want to have a lot of fun, if you want to have a lot of fun, use your sales bot to actually send your leads your checkout process. Your automated, like if you've got it on a form where they can go and they can pay and they can check out, program your bot with that so that your leads can check out right online as they're engaging with your bot. If you are using, if you're like, let's say you're doing estimates and you're doing estimates, proposals, and then you send out an invoice, you can also program your AI bot to come in and create the proposal for you and automatically send it. What this means is that if like some of us crazy entrepreneurs that are working 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning, we go on your website, we're like, man, I really need this. Let's just get it done. If the sales bot's there, it can answer the questions and we can go through the buying process without you even being awake. Like, can you imagine in the morning and seeing 3-4 sales just hitting your Stripe account, hitting your merchant account? Like, you'd be ecstatic. That's what the role of the is to do. Now, from there, the next one, one of the very next ones that you want to have is a support bot. This is going to provide a help desk style assistance. The whole goal is using tag-based routing to address the common issues and escalate complex problems. Meaning that you want your support bot to be able to answer some of the general questions. Like, for instance, we built out an AI system for a credit repairs company. And with their support bot, some of the, like, we were answering questions like, hey, how long does it take to get results after disputes have been sent? And so we went in, programmed the answer and told it and put it in the FAQs. The support bot is there to answer the common questions. So you don't have to constantly be on the phone or pay somebody to constantly be on the phone to answer these questions. That's what the support bot is there to do, is to engage with them, answer their questions. And not only that, but if you want to have a lot of fun with it, set up a pipeline inside of your Profit Lifter account that's just for support. When the support bot kicks in, have it create an opportunity inside of that pipeline as a support ticket. Now you have a support ticket system. Now you can move your clients through that support ticket system effectively. The way that I find that support bots work really well is you kind of get in there and you program your primary FAQs that are going to be like, hey, what time are you guys open? You know, the normal crap that people to ask, the normal questions, your common FAQs. But then from there, if they start getting into specifics, like let's say they have a billing question, instead of letting the AI go through and change their billing and doing all of that, like the way that I recommend you do it is have it do an instant handoff to a live representative, so that way you can ensure if it's dealing with your money that it's handled properly. But now instead of somebody having to go through, talk to the person, doing all this, you're letting the bot have that first level of communication with them and working with them from there. This way you can escalate your complex problems. You can focus on the things that are important to your clients and let the AI handle the commonly asked questions that should be supported by automation. Next is going to be your appointment bot. Now, I know that we had talked about in the previous slide setting up your receptionist to handle appointments. But once you start building out a sales bot, a support bot, bots, all this, you are going to want to have, you are going to want to have a separate one for just appointments. The reason you want to do this is your appointment bot is only going to handle like one specific calendar, meaning that if you have a sales calendar that you want everybody to go on that's a lead, you would have an appointment bot that's just connected to your sales bot, meaning that when the sales bot is that somebody's interested in scheduling an appointment, it would automatically transfer to the sales appointment bot. The same thing can happen with support though. If you have a support bot that you know that is coming through, you can have that support bot just send appointments to that support appointment bot. Now, if you want to really dive in deep with this appointment bot, the other thing that you can do is you can set these up individually for each salesperson that you have, meaning that each salesperson can have their own sales support assistant bot and appointment bot, that when somebody calls their direct line, that bot is able to get in there and program just on their calendar. It's beautiful. Beautiful way to automate your sales team, to really empower your sales team with AI and have it there working with them. So an appointment bot's very good to have. The reason that I put this in here as having it separate is because when you get into the appointments, again, you can only schedule on one calendar at a time. So with that, you have got to be thinking about, okay, you know what? How many different appointments do we schedule? How many different places are there that people can come in? And then from there, it would schedule it out. Now, is this what does this really look like? I'll give you an example. Like we've got a lot of different appointments that we can do. So for example, we like an onboarding appointment. We could do a tech appointment where somebody's got a tech issue that we need to dive into. Maybe a marketing strategy appointment. Like all these different types of appointments for different things, different services that we offer, different support things that we need to focus on. We have bots everywhere set up for this to be able to automate this process for us, so we don't have to handle everything. Let the AI really jump in and do it. Next, you want to think about onboarding bots. This guide new customers through step-by-step fulfillment or welcome journeys to ensure smooth onboarding. This can also be like a project bot. And when I say a project bot, this deals more with people that maybe are into like roofing or home services, where you're going out, you're doing a single project for a client. You can program a project bot to actually go out and follow the process for you and communicate with your clients every step of the way. So now you're not having to go in and create an email and go, hey, we're doing this, and create an email, now we're doing this. The onboarding bot is there to answer all the onboarding and project bot. I would kind of combine the two of them, can be there to move your clients through the process to make sure that the services and what they purchased was actually handled for them. And the last one, and again, guys, this is just some brain dumping. We've already covered 6 different bots that you can build out. But as you get into this, it starts really like you can do this for any area of your business and every area of your business. But next, you want to think about a review bot. A review bot goes up with clients at optimal times to request reviews, using AI to personalize outreach based on their experience. This is a great way to make sure that all of your clients are followed up with, that you're building those reviews and getting to a point where you're everyone. All right. So now that you have your bot set up, and you need to think about it, think about training and testing. So having the bots is cool, but now you've got to get actually programming it and to think and to make sure that it's doing what it needs to do. So with this, there's really going to be 5 different things that you want to look at. First off, before you do anything, you need to understand the goals of what that bot is going to accomplish. Specific objectives and success metrics for each AI agent. How do you know that the AI agent is successful? How do you know it's doing what it needs to do, how it should do it? That is going to be one of the major questions that you're going to want to answer, and that you're going to want to have be there for you. Next, you are going to need a dedicated knowledge base that's comprehensive and up to date and tailored for the bot specific. I wanted to show you. So while we got into this, I want to show you what our knowledge looks like. So let's see. We got SOP. That's client project. Let's see. What did I call this? Hold on just a second. Profit Lifter AI. Can't find it. I'll find it here in a second. But I want to show you, this is just our product knowledge. This is just our product knowledge, our product knowledge base. So what I did is I went through here and I created all of the different products that we offer, all of the features that we offer, everything that's included with it, everything that's included with each individual product, how it works, what it looks like, everything that's included with it. So we've got our websites, we've got all of our packs in here. We took all the Snap-on library, the entire Snap-on library, put that in here. We started looking at like the AI ad campaigns, what we're doing with AI ads, put that in here. And then from here, we even broke down like pricing. How does the pricing work? What does it mean for each platform? Like I went into the weeds on this stuff. We even put in here how it works. What's the step-by-step process that happens with the AI ad campaign? Now, from there, we programmed our Q&A. Then after that, we start talking about, we put in a bot decision tree for upsells, meaning that when the bot says this, if the user says, I already have one, the bot says, perfect, we can link your ads directly to your existing landing page. Or if I don't have one, no problem. We offer a pre-built sales landing page Snap-on with AI generated content. Would you like the details? So what we did with our product knowledge base, this isn't everything else. This is just for specifically for the products that we're offering. We went through here and mapped out all of our different products, all of the upsells, all the downsells, all of the cross sells, everything that needs to go along with it, everything that's included with the process, so that when the AI is engaging in this area, we don't have to guess. Like, I know it's doing what I told it to do because I told it to do it. It's really that simple. But every time you create a bot, you need to have a knowledge base that is specific to that bot. When you create that specific knowledge base, it's going to segment that bot's activity so that it just stays inside of that single workflow. And that is the goal that we are trying to accomplish, is to make sure that we're staying inside, that the bot is staying in its lane and doing exactly what it needs to do in order to accomplish this. Next is going to be prompt programming. Prompt programming is where you get in and you tell the bot what it is. So basically, this is, sorry, I'm talking about this and I'm having flashbacks of Rick and Morty. There's an episode where Rick programs this AI toaster, and the toaster is like, what's my function? Your function is to butter toast. And it goes, oh man, it's the same thing with your AI bot. Like, you're getting in there and saying, hey, what's your function? The function is going to be, what is it? Are you primary bot? Are you primary agent? Are you sales bot, support bot? That's what you're doing on the prompt programming, is you're telling it who it is, how it responds, how it speaks to people, the tone, the triggers, when they should engage, handoff protocols, all of this. This is where you're teaching this specific bot, not the knowledge of what it's selling, but the actual actions of what it's supposed to be doing in here. When you can tell it what actions it needs to perform, that's when you can start automating your AI. Having the AI engage is awesome, but having the AI engage and create automations off of it, just mind blowing. Like that is what it should be. Next is going to be workflow integrations. Workflow integrations are figuring out like when AI engages and when somebody talks with AI and something happens, what happens from there? Like what automations need to trigger from there? So some of the common ones that we always have is like we always have a note. So every time the AI is engaging with somebody, it's going to go into the note section. It's going to put a recap of the conversation and just slap it right in there so that you know what had happened. You know what happened during that conversation. And the other thing is it's inside of your contact record, so you can always see it. It's recorded, so if it's an AI voice, you can go in and listen to it and have it all there. But you want to figure out what workflows you need integrated to seamlessly connect to your existing system so you can track it. You can make sure that actions are happening, such as if somebody says, hey, I'm ready to check out, that you can instigate a workflow that will automatically start that checkout process for them. After you've done this, then it gets into the testing side. And this is where it gets just a little monotonous. You're going through, you're talking to it, you're programming it, you're testing it. I always recommend spend about a week watching a new bot. When you're watching it, it's going to have the ability that you can watch the individual conversations. If you like what it says, you can give it a thumbs up, meaning it's going to go, hey, that's the right way, and it's going to reinforce it. If you don't like it, you can put a thumbs down, and it's going to pull up a Q&A, so you can go and reprogram it so that the next time it doesn't do the same thing that it did again. And this is how you train it over time. Just because you have your knowledge base and your prompts in there doesn't mean it's always going to be perfect. You have to test it. You have to program it over time, because just like us, there are questions that come up that we didn't think about, that we didn't know. And that's what this is for, is continually testing and watching so that as unknown questions and unknown variables come in, that you can program your AI to address them for you more in the future as you're moving forward. All right. So here's some of the common mistakes you want to avoid. First one bot doing everything. The jack of all trades approach leads to AI, poor responses, and frustrated customers. The other thing about this, when you set up your safeguards, you're making sure that people aren't chatting with your AI about stuff. Meaning, I don't want to have to pay for my AI to tell somebody how to make chicken parmesan when I'm trying to sell them a website or marketing. Like, that's just not it. If you don't tell your AI to stay on task, your AI is not going to stay on task because it's intelligent. It's communicating with people. It's following your order of you telling it to communicate. But if you didn't tell it what not to communicate on, it is going to communicate on everything. And the problem with having one bot that does everything is that it will jump back and forth and not be as comprehensive in the dedicated segmented areas that you need it to be. It gets confused. It's AI. Can it process more than we can? Absolutely. Smarter than us? No, because we know how to stay on track. We know how to make assumptions. Your AI can make assumptions, but it's not great at it. So eliminate the assumptions and create separate bots so that you have that segmentation and you can have that personalization in each of those downlines and each of those agents that's performing the task. Next is going to be missing handoff logic. Without clear escalation paths, bots trap customers in loops rather than connecting them with human help when needed. You always need escape hatches when you're programming your AI. Inside of your Profit Lifter account, when you get into your AI programming, you're going to see that there is a handoff, there's a handoff button right there. That handoff button is where you're going to go in and program it and tell it, hey, you need to move this here. Like if you're answering a question that you don't have the answer to, hand it off a person there. Because if you don't, then it's not going to know to, and it's going to keep the customer in that perpetual loop and mess things up. Next one is outdated knowledge base. Look, if you change products, if something changes in your industry, you gotta update your knowledge base. Your knowledge base is your Bible for your AI agents. It should also be, if you want to be real sophisticated and have a lot of fun with it, make your knowledge base your SOPs that you're training your company out of. If you're training your company and your AI out of the same knowledge bases, out of the exact same documents, it ensures everybody's on the same page. Bots providing incorrect or outdated information customers trust. If it goes out and says something just completely stupid, and then they talk to you and it's just not even close to the same, they're not going to trust you because your tech didn't tell it the right thing. It's going to create additional work. It's going to create additional headaches for you. Make sure you keep your knowledge base updated. The last mistake to avoid: no CRM integration. If you're using Profit Lifter, this shouldn't be an issue because you're programming your bot literally right inside your CRM. So you shouldn't have any issues there. Failing to sync conversations with your CRM creates disconnected experiences and losses of valuable data. You'll find this happens if you're out there shopping for AI bots outside of a CRM. This is where it gets super complex, because this takes a certain level of geek to be able to get in there, program an AI chatbot to be able to really integrate with your CRM, to handle handoffs, to be able to handle all the different things that you need to do. If you don't have your AI connected to a CRM, one, you're not going to be able to track what your AI is doing easily. But two, you're not going to be able to know. You're not going to be able to see your customers moving through the process and through the customer journey. So make sure your AI is connected to your CRM. It's the only way to go. All right, next, scale the smart way. This is your smart deployment. Start with your AI receptionist. This is the foundation bot. This is going to handle all contacts. This is the one that you're going to tell, hey, if it's support, send it here. If it's sales, send it. If it's onboarding, send it here. Like, this is the one that is going to hand off everything to everybody else. This is the one that's answering the phone and going, hey, where do I send this? What do I do? This is your starting point. Just having this alone is going to save you a massive amount of time, because you're not going to have to pick up the phone you're going to have the AI do that. You're not going to have to answer every text message. You're not going to have to worry about scheduling just a set of appointments. It's all handled right there. Next is going to be add time, same bot next. Identify which specialized bot will save your team the most out. Now, look, if you're not great at sales, build a sales bot. Like, let it handle the initial sales. Let it reduce that friction for you. If you are spending an exorbitant amount of time on support, create a support bot. It's really that simple. If you're having to pay or spend a bunch of time doing onboarding, create an onboarding bot. Like, you see how this works. Like, wherever you're spending the most amount of time, that's where you want to invest your bot, so that way you can free your time. Next, find the breaking points. I think this is important. Let real usage reveal where improvements are needed. I'm great at this stuff, but it never works right the first time. AI requires ongoing programming. It requires ongoing training. It requires you to be watching the conversations a little bit to be able to see what's happening and to engage with it. Doing this is going to let you see the holes inside of the AI. It's going to make you come up with different ideas and different things inside of your business that you probably even haven't thought of. But that's good. That's what it's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be taking real life examples, real life situations, and helping you through those. So when you find these breaking points, that's really just a matter of updating your knowledge base, updating your prompts, and just correcting it. Just going in and programming and going, hey, well, this is unexpected. Let's just add it in there. It's not that big of a deal. Things are going to break. Things are going to get outdated. Things are not going to work sometimes. It's a part of the process, and it's cool. It's how it works. Next is going to be train, refine, repeat. That's continuous improvement based on actual interactions. Watch what's happening, refine it a little bit, and just keep an eye on it. Like, you're going to find that over time, you're going to get so comfortable with it that it's going to just almost become second nature, where you're going to trust your AI to do and say what it needs to. And occasionally you may find a couple things, but that's where I was saying before, you can go in and go thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down if it's a bad response, just tell it what you want it to say. And then moving forward, it should adjust it from there. Track everything. Implement comprehensive workflows and pipeline monitoring. Watch how your clients or your leads are moving through your customer journey. Use your tags, use your smart list, put it in there to track what the AI is doing. All right, final section. How can we help? Let Profit Lifter build it for you. We can build your knowledge base setup. We can do your prompt programming. We do your we'll even deploy your bots to make sure it's working. And then we're going to help you with the ongoing refinement. If there's things that need to be adjusted inside the knowledge base or the prompt programming, we can hop in there and fix that for you. But it's something that it needs, that is going to, this is something that's going to need refinement. Something's going to take a little bit of time to get in there to make it work. But I usually find like a week or two of refinement is all that you really need to kind of get it locked in if you're really paying attention. So whether it's your first AI receptionist, full sales bot suite, we got you covered. We built these out for tons of clients, and it works really effectively. So if you need help, let me know. We'd be more than happy to hop in, have a conversation with you, figure out how we can launch your AI bots to be able to free up your time. And if you need help, you can schedule a free strategy call with us. You can just go to profitlifter.com. It's right there. We'll give you personalized recommendations for your business needs. And if you haven't started yet, go start your free trial at profitlifter.com. 14-day free trial. Get the power of AI and automation on your side. Let the AI, let the bots do what the bots do. Free up your time and make it so that you can be more effective running your business and make a ton of money, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here to do. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. You are all rock stars. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, just let us know. Feel free to comment on this video. Reach out to us in our links in our bio, or just go to profitlifter.com and come see us. We would love to talk to you, see how we can help you out.